Let us take us through the most inspiring part of the kind of work which we are doing. Thank you so much once again. Now, I would like to call upon Chris Jones to have a few words.
It's been quite a show, is it? Um, First of all, um, sorry for the delay in getting things started. Uh, my responsibility, I want everything to be perfect, right from the screen behind me to lights around you. Um, Not going to take much time. What I really wanted to talk about is um, see what I can inspire you guys on. Um, the idea is to plant a seed today in your hearts and see if this can change the way we can work. The question is if the seed will take root or will I be awarded the most boring speech? I don't know. It's up to you guys. But what I wanted to inspire you on is a little story about myself, 10 years, probably 15 years back, how I got into this business and what is keeping me going and what I'm planning to do next. Um, Little over probably early 2001, my dad actually wanted me to get into a government job. He is a retired deputy secretary for the state government of Tamil Nadu, and he wanted his son to also be into some government job. Obviously, a government employee has a secure thinking, but I had different plans right from probably my sixth or seventh grade. So if he tells me to do something, I would make sure I'm not doing it. Um, an example is he will make sure I am studying until 2 o'clock for a sixth or seventh grade max, and I will make sure he is happy that he is convinced that I am gonna be scoring 100%, but I will make sure to write only 40% and come home and sleep. And the question is, you made me sleep, keep up night until 2, so I finished off fast and came home. So he didn't get it for some time, and but I think I had a different way of looking at things. I had arguments with my teachers. They're not able to explain things clearly. Why should I mug? Why should I, read through everything? But at times I question myself, why am I doing this? So after some time, I'm able to figure out an answer. So late 2001, I came into Bangalore without telling my parents. It's been probably after 8 months, I told my parents where I am. But in the period of that 8 months, I started working for ABN AMRO credit cards. So my job was I was titled as corporate sales executive. My job was to, submit 2 applications from list of eight category companies. And the way other guys were doing is they would stand out in Infosys or Wipro or whichever the Cat A companies are, or stand in the ATMs and meet people, talk to 2 people who will agree to, sign up for a credit card. All they needed is a visiting card and the application signed, and then they'll go home and pick up the details. So I did this for some time because I didn't know about Bangalore. I mean, to give you an idea, for the first half day when I was in Bangalore, I was thinking this was Kerala because the number board said KA. Then I figured out later where I am. That's how I came to Bangalore. So down a week time or something, I took a list of companies, and then what I did is I started figuring out companies which are little outside Bangalore, like Toyota, Yokogawa, Blue Star, and these kind of companies. I called up the HRs. I said, you know what, we have a credit card offer for your employees, and you should be communicating this to your employees, and it should come as an welfare to them. So most of the HRs were excited. I said, no, come to our office. I was given either a cabin or a place nearby where employees can come and meet me, sign up for the application and go. Where a couple of my colleagues are standing in front of offices to meet people. So that's how I started doing. I was successful, for a starter of 19 plus years, 8,000 bucks salary, 1,000 bucks fuel allowance for every credit card, 50 bucks. So I was making 25K, I should be happy. But when I go to these companies, I started seeing people and I was checking, What's going on? What are these guys doing? Why am I not having this job? Why am I not having a desk job? Um, you know, uh, I should be having this job, right? Why should I be going around and making money? So it was in one of the client that I was in selling my credit card. This was Phoenix Global Solutions, where I ended up, giving a credit card to the HR. In turn, I was asking, if I could get a job. So between that, I had 33 failed interviews in various call centers. But then, by doing this favor, I got the job. So the HR said, you know what, I can give you the job, that's okay. But you got 3 months to prove yourself because you're so bad in talking English. And it's true. I couldn't construct a sentence in a right grammar, or I would talk too fast. I still talk too fast, but it was like twice and thrice speed of this. So what I did is I made sure I am, not talking in my mother tongue. I took all necessary exercises, advices to make myself eligible enough to work for, Phoenix Global Solutions, which was my first corporate job. Now this is where I started. 3 months down the line, Phoenix Global Solutions were acquired by TCS, and the same 3 months down the line, after training, I'm on the floor. So my job was to set up business appointments with CIOs and CTOs for the sales executives in US to go and meet. So large company obviously has a metric. The metric was to do 300 calls, and the time between between two calls should not be more than 2 minutes. And by doing this, you should set up a minimum 2 confirm appointments. So this was the metric. And again, from a 25K salary, I took this job for $6,000 and $500 of attendance incentive. But every sale or every appointment we set will have more incentives. So I know for sure I'll be able to make an incentive. So my metric was I was doing 650 calls a day. I would wrap up between 0.5 seconds or 0.8 seconds, which is while talking, I'll update the CRM, and then I'll disconnect the call, and so that the popper will give me another call right away. So this is how I was working. By first 2 hours, I'll easily have 4 or 5 appointments. Entire through the day, I will have 15, 20 appointments. And if I'm bored enough, I will do the next shift as well. So in 4, 5 months, with 3 batches already, in the floor, I was made the mentor. Now, that's when I figured out, if you are giving more than what is the job is requiring, you move up in the ladder very fast. Now, that's where it started. I took a couple of other, software selling jobs. Finally, I landed up in a company in BTM level. Most of you would have seen a company called Novel Team. So, funny thing is, when I joined in, Ross, who was here, was the manager there. So when I joined in there to sell their one of the financial product, he just left and I joined, and we had a campaign. We sold the product, and then the CEO asked me 2 questions. What do you want to do from here? I have 2 projects. One is insurance, and another one is IT staffing. I asked him, what is IT staffing? He told, what, you sell software, and you sell software consultants. That's what the business is, to be simple. So I asked him where the money is, software consultants or insurance. He said, software consultants. And I said, okay, that's what I wanted to do. The more money, that's why. The more money you make, the more money you're going to give. Well, he didn't give as much as money I wanted always, but still, the experience what I got there is what is running into me now. So this is where I started my career in staffing. From then to 2006, I would have made close to 320, 25 placements contract. I would have generated nothing less than personally recruited full-time revenue of 450K in perm revenue alone. Why am I giving you numbers? These numbers always back me to grow up in my career and sorry. It is not the number of years you spend in this industry that's going to make you wiser. It's the number of placements that you make or number of deals you make. It's going to make you wiser or probably more expertise. Why? Because every placement, I'm sure, every placement is an experience. It's either, am I right, from scheduling an interview, with what you go through with the candidate, with what you go through with the client, or the BG headaches that you get, or the surprises that that teach you, the more and more you see, the more expertise you get. And if you do something, if you do something for a year or say two, you call it experience. But you keep doing it over and over and over and again, that's what becomes expertise. Um, Now, there is some expertise I have gained in this industry, and that is what has always backed me with the knowledge that tells me. I've seen two recessions in my career. I'm not aged that I can say two recession, but still, two recession and the learning and the going up and coming down each year of business difference, business climate changing, has given me such a knowledge that today I can confidently run firms and take it to where it has to be. What am I trying to tell you guys? This is my attitude towards giving more than what is required has always paid me, and you cannot go wrong with that attitude. Now, I'm not talking about you coming in and working for 16 hours. That is not what I'm talking about. Every day, if you have to pick up a solid requirement and you got to work, if you spend 2-3 months in recruiting, you will know if a candidate will fit or no. There are 80% of the time we know we are doing submissions. 20% of the time we know we are doing closures while submitting. True or not? Most of us know. Most of us have that gut feeling that this guy is going to get it. How you get it? The way the candidate talks to you. How you get it? The way the guy has written his resume. How you get it? The way he's responsive and he's able to elaborate his experience. Now, that is what you got to do on a day-to-day basis. That is who you're going to send to client on a day-to-day basis. If your submission on a day-to-day basis is going to be that particular person, there's no wonder you will be able to make 4 or 5 closures easily. And when I'm giving you an idea of in a period of 3 years or 4 years, I have made 320 closures plus. My average has been 6 per month easily. Though I had leadership titles, probably from 23 or 24, I've been managing a team. It could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 150, it could be 50. Since then, I've been managing, but I've never left recruiting. To give you an idea, my last big assignment was to fill in a leadership team for Ramco. Today, Ramco has changed the way they are working. All the leaders has been personally recruited by me not more than a year ago. Now, that's headhunting. I'm slowly moving into, having a passion towards headhunting. Or today, whoever I'm getting new into the company, I consider that as a recruiting as well. I'm trying to see if this person will be able to do what I wanted. So, not taking much time, but this is what I really wanted to do. Every day when you come in and you work on something, you know whether you're doing a submission or you're doing a closure. And the funniest thing or the surprising thing is, there is no business in this world, again, there is no business in this world where 95% of failure is big success. Staffing industry is the only industry in this world where 95% failure is the biggest success. And how it is you get 100 jobs a month or a quarter and you make 5 deals. That's a decent success, right? So 95% of the requirements are not going to work, but 5% is going to work, and still it's a good success. So this is the only business where we can proudly say, I'm failing 95% of the time, I'm successful. No other business can have this kind of, logic behind. So every day, and most of you know, it is how much time we require to pick that one candidate. Now, the turnaround time is important, the quality is important, and everything.